man is being arrested for DUI. She's also being, this young lady is being arrested for carrying way too many switch plates. 4 counts of THC, which is marijuana, in case y'all didn't know that. And if my video cuts out, it's because I got it on high quality, 720p. My system probably cannot handle it. I am playing on PS4. So at this time, I am probably going to call transport for them. I am joined by my friend Sino, who is not playing with me right now due to some troubles, but he is in the party. Oh, so sorry, man.
This is your accident report.
This is an accurate report.
Huh, I was about to call transport without giving him his report. That's hilarious. That is truly hilarious.
All right, here's your accident report.
A well-documented and exhaustive report. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome, ma'am. Now, if I could just... A lot of times I just walk them around because I want to just put them in the car because I get more points if I do that. Not that I need any more points because this is open patrol.
Mind your head.
You know, I'll probably just take them in myself. I'm right here at the police station anyway. Unless I get another call. Which is currently
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send
disabled.
a tow truck to my current location. I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
The wrecker will be there in a couple of minutes.
Taking you in.
I am having some internet issues. Alright guys, I am back. For some odd reason, my controller decided to die on me. So I had to plug it in. I think I'll just take him in. I'm right here at the police station anyway. Sino is one of my friends joining us in the party. Yes. Hey, what's up? Yes, I did. I posted a rude video earlier, and I will. I 1000% did. Yes, I did. Shoot, I'm gonna tell him. Alright, well, he could stay there. I don't know what to do. What else to do? Whoa, man. Hold on, let me help this poor person out.
What's wrong with your vehicle? Can you tell me about it?
My car decided to play dead, and it's quite good at that.
Please cooperate peacefully while I take a sample to check if you're drunk.
Ma'am, you crashed your car. You did not. You crashed your car. You are drunk, so
I
I'm
just
gonna
need to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any illegal substances.
teach. See, ma'am, don't lie to me. I'll get the fire extinguisher. Hopefully I can extinguish you. Ma'am, at this time you're being placed in. Actually, I should probably get the fire extinguisher. Then I should probably ask you who
I'd
you
like
are
to
first.
see your ID and car insurance, please.
Here you go, officer.
You don't even have insurance. Yes. Ma'am, at this time you're being placed under arrest for DUI of cannabis and DUI of alcohol.
I have to arrest you.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know there were so many.
Yes, you did. Stop lying to me. Ma'am, if I search the car, am I gonna find anything that's gonna hurt me, stick me, poke me in any way?
Please stay calm so we can
Let's
go to
have
the
you
patrol
behind
car.
my car, in front of my car, that I may provide assistance if I need to. Hey, Cena, you there? Okay, I understand. Okay. Well. I should probably, before I do that, should probably move barricades out the way. Shoot. Maybe I should have done the highway patrol with the gang unit van. Serious, there's so many. There are way too many incident. I can't get. And you know, I will 100% keep fighting for another. vehicle moving? Okay. Game developers, um, this vehicle is not moving. It is not moving. Do I need to shut down the road? Is that what it's saying? Shoot. This vehicle is not moving in it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I understand, but the game developers need to get they need to get their shit together because, and pardon my language, because this car is parked right here, and it says it's moving, and I can't use the fire extinguisher to put out the fire because it's a moving vehicle. It says you should not use fire extinguisher on moving vehicles or humans.
You're under arrest for all the crimes you've committed.
Are you sure that those are all offenses? Doesn't everybody do them?
No, ma'am, only you're the one that did them. So it's hard to tell you that. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to search you because you have so
I
much
have to
stuff in your
search
car.
you. Kindly cooperate with me.
Let's talk out. So I found point 28, point 5, and I found 3 switchblades. Cool. Ma'am, at this time you're being placed under arrest. I'm gonna call a transport to transfer you to the city jail
I'm
at this time.
escorting you to the police car.
Please sit right here until I tell you to move. What else is wrong with your car?
Backup requested to take a suspect into custody. I repeat, backup requested.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
I'll be arriving at your location soon.
Oh,
Please
I-
cooperate and come with me.
I know that it did not just happen.
I have no choice.
So you know, if you could have seen what just happened. Game developers, get your stuff together because you need to fix this game. I could have easily ended my shift there because the van just landed on top of me. And who do I give this report to? Because there's nobody to give this report to. That's another thing I was talking about in my other video. I know I talked a lot of smack about my family in that video, but game developers need to figure out a way to prompt running after you've already arrested them somehow or about to arrest them, so you can use somewhat of a lethal force. Because when you complete a accident report on the highway and they take off running because they crashed into the wall, you can't search their vehicle because, well, one good reason, because they're not there for you to arrest. 2, you'll lose points. 3, you can't even complete the report. Or you can complete it and have somebody give it to. So it's just gonna be, for the rest of your shift, it's just gonna be on the stupid screen, because you did not give your report to the person that ran off. And 4, it's just dumb. It's just a dumb thing. Why would you run when you crash? Run when you see the cops so they know who to chase. And so, you know, don't you agree with me that if you watch my previous, a bunch of smack about my mom and my adopted mom and all that, don't you agree that if you're gonna respond to calls, you should provide backups in some way? Because I lost one of my traffic stops because I tried to catch somebody to run because that was trying to break into a car, and the car took off, and it was nowhere to be found on the map. I pulled the same car over, it was a different person. Yeah, that needs to go out. Yeah, you're right. That needs to go out the door, because you know, I pulled over the same car, the same license plate. Just it was a different person, because I walked away because there was 30 different calls happening at one point. I had the call outs disabled. They should provide a BMT system or ELS system that will tell them when you respond to a call to hold all other non-emergency calls. Man, I was mad. And like this crap right here makes me mad because the car's parked. There's 2 cars smoking on the side of the highway. You can't extinguish them because the game still thinks it's moving, because the person ran off. And I'm over here completing the accident report. I'm getting points for it, but I'm not gonna get the full points for it because I didn't give it to that person because there's nobody to give it to. That's what makes me mad about this game. And apparently us small YouTube channels that you know, me and you and whoever else it may be, that's a small YouTube channel and just started out streaming a couple of years ago or a couple of days ago or so. We don't make a difference in their book. Let's just say that. And like this right here, unless I'm just saying this wrongly, but the transport van is trying to get up and go and the wheels are spinning, but she's not going anywhere. So how is this even possible? This is what causes games to crash, and I've had multiple crashes due to this game being so laggy. They don't just no longer need to fix multiplayer, they need to fix the whole game. Or they need to reduce the prices of everything to about 45 cents. All the add-ons, all the maps, you know, anything else, they just need, honestly, they just need to reduce it, every single thing from it. Shoot. And like, I know there's all the officers in the game. I see them walking around. Why can't they all do a patrol shift? Why can't they do a patrol shift or back you up in a car? And why can't you have a different police department for the narcotics units? He is definitely not going the speed limit. Shoot. And I think they need to have more vehicles that has more. They either need to have a hybrid van or something, I don't know, that can do high speed pursuits, or they need to have more vehicles that can put more people in one car. Because two people in the car and you're on the highway, and you stop so many times to help somebody else out, you start collecting like 16, 15 different people.
It's time to take you to
Or
the
they need to
police.
have different departments in the game. But like, this is the transport unit, this is the gang unit, this is the patrol unit, this is the highway patrol units. I think they're actually called different divisions in the police department. You have the patrol division, you have the detective division, you have the narcotics division. I think they need to have all those things. And I think they need to have a transport detail, which is a technically called, I think, transport division.
Please stay calm and cooperate.
It'd be cool if they came out with the undercover skin, undercover FBI skin. And honestly, let's forget about Brian for a minute. Brian might have like Brian might have a little undercover gang unit, but you're no longer going into Brighton, you're going to highway patrol, so that means they need to add FBI vehicles, they need to add FBI uniforms, FBI liveries, and tactical gear. You know, I will be so glad when I get a PC. I'm working on but I have some other priorities like originally I had decided, you know, I'm gonna go with PC, but
Stay calm and
after I saw it was gonna be like $4,000 to build a PC with what I wanted and what I needed to play a certain game that I wanted. There's a new game called Responding. It's based in New York City, out of New York City, and looks phenomenal. It's just like this game, but you could do so much more in this game, in the other game, because you can actually call backup units. You could be a backup unit. The AI are not so dumb. They're trained to think on their own until you get there. And when you get there, you assume command because you're a human player. I highly recommend you look up Responding. I know I've been following it for a couple of years now, but it's also been in it's also been in development since 2013. But it's actually coming out. It's supposed to come out this year, 2024, 2025, along with what Matt Murdock was creating with Police 1013. But that was supposed to be made primarily for consoles. And he had a great vision for that specific game, but he just couldn't put his mouth where his money was. And in responding, you're not just going to be able to be a police officer. You're going to be able to be a firefighter. You're going to be able to be EMS worker. You're going to be able to be all kind of emergency service workers. That's what I love about it. What the hell happened here? Shit. There are so many. Okay, this is gonna have to be. This person even in the car. And okay, when they stop like this in the middle of the highway, you should be able to give them a traffic ticket called impeding traffic. Because this person no wonder she's a little loony.
Hey, hey! Pull over to the side of the road! Hey! Pull over your vehicle! I want to talk with you! Hey! Pull over your vehicle! I want to talk with you!
Shoot, okay. And okay, they need to have signs in this game that you can put out to be like, hey, like the warden vehicle, you have pass on the right, pass on the left. They need to have signs. If they're not going to have that in vehicles, they need to have that in some other form of like the game, because when you stop to do a welfare check on a car, people think you're gonna pull them over, so they're gonna back up the whole lane. And this lady, I don't know what she's doing, but she needs to go on somewhere. I wonder if I could do a. I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to perform a pit maneuver on her to get her to step out the car, because I don't know what else to do. She's literally blocking the whole traffic. Yeah. I don't know what else to do. She's not. Oh, sorry, lady. I'm gonna have to do this. I know it's not ethical, but I'm going to have to do it to you. She's running. No, she's not. Okay, and that's another thing. Like, we should not have to. We should totally not have to perform a high-risk pit maneuver on the vehicle that's blocking traffic.
I apologize for the accident. You don't need to worry about anything. The insurance will cover all the damage.
No problem, officer.
Ma'am. And in case of any of my viewers, I don't have any more. I've been rattling too much. That's okay. But in case any of my future viewers wonder what the PIT stands for, it stands for Pursuit Intensity Technique. I found that out the other day. She has no damage either. She absolutely has no damage. Neither do I. Well, that's because I slammed her with my ram bar. Okay, ma'am, you're free to go.
Show me your ID and proof of insurance if available, please.
Here you go, officer.
Here's your accident report. Please go to the closest precinct to file your case. Brighton Police Department will take care of the rest.
This looks almost useless, but okay.
Yes, ma'am. It does because you have no damage in your car.
Drive safe and have a nice day.
Get out of my sight. Man. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, developers of police simulator patrol officers. I've slammed her into her car hoping to knock her out of her little glitch that she's doing. She's still not able to go nowhere. And I busted her windshield. She absolutely seems drunk. So the only other way I know how to fix this without closing down the game is ending the shift. Do better, guys. Okay, she's not going nowhere. So yeah, I can't even finish full open patrol because of this. Developers do better. Like a lot better. He is going way too fast. Speed limit 65, I was going 70 to track it. That's how you properly perform a pit maneuver. Ma'am, you're going almost 85 miles an hour trying to reach. My apologies for that. Actually, no, I'm not gonna apologize for the accident. Because you're the one. I had my sirens on and you just kept rolling. And I pulled you over several times. That's another thing with developers. If you ever watch this, usually when you hear lights and sirens, you stop. You don't speed up. Because that's a good way to kill somebody. Y'all talked about it in your last, on August 25th, y'all talked about it in your last opening, you know, improving the game. Well, these are the things I've mentioned to you that you can improve the game with. Don't you agree with me, Sino? When you hear lights, you don't speed up and go 100 miles an hour. You stop wherever you hear lights at and sirens. I paced this lady going at 80 miles an hour. I tried to pull her over, and she just kept speeding up. So that left me to do a pit maneuver on her. And I have to apologize for the accident? No, she should have stopped. Oh yeah, I spun her car around to the side of the road. I didn't flip her. I did, yeah. I blipped them, and it didn't register as pursuing. She didn't want to pull over. She didn't even register as she was going to pull over. She didn't. You know how they normally just stop and think about it for a minute and then just take off? Well, she just did not want to even stop. Like, she was not registering. This first particular AI did not even want to. And if I click on here, if you view, I have to apologize for the accident. When she was clearly going 90 miles instead of 80 to 90 miles. When the speed limit is 65 and you're headed into town, you're supposed to drop your speed. I guess this is what I get frustrated with the game, because yes, you have the right to, you know, plead the cops. At the same time, if I caused your car to be totaled, which in no way did I cause her car to be totaled, I should never have to apologize for her not obeying the law. When you hear lights and sirens behind you, you pull over. You don't go faster. Otherwise, you're gonna have the whole department on your butt. I mean, I didn't get a clear reading on her, but I was going well over 90 to catch up with her, and she was still pulling ahead. On the highway, they seem to think they could, I don't know. There's just so many things that I want to see happen, and by no means am I a police officer. I have always wanted to be a police officer. So I've studied these things, and I've done ride-alongs with police officers in several different counties. It's just not possible to, you know, you don't go 120 miles an hour just to get away from the cops. And I totaled my car as well. My car's probably gonna be dead as a doornail. And like, if you're involved in an accident, why are you the one taking pictures? Why isn't your supervisor, like, the one taking pictures of your car? Dang, I think I did total her car. I'm gonna pull her over for speeding because she was speeding, and I absolutely am gonna pull her over for speeding. I was going 90 to catch up with her. I guess when it
My apologies for the accident. The damage will be covered by the police department's insurance.
It happens. No worries, officer.
yeah, it sure does, because you're especially gonna be getting a speeding ticket.
License and registration, please.
Sure. Here you go, officer.
All right.
I like Battlefield Hardline because you don't have set rules of how you're supposed to police.
Brighton Police Department will deal with the rest of the process.
That'll be very helpful. Thank you,
Because
officer.
Battlefield Hardline is
All right, you can go now. Drive safe.
yes, I'm hoping you do drive, and I'm gonna get my car before you get off. Oh, you're not gonna get in the car? Okay. Alright. Well, I got... This was the only way I knew how to get her to stop. So...
I have a vehicle here for towing. Can you
Shit.
send a tow truck to my current location?
Okay, if she's
Tow
not...
truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
No. Cancel the tow truck. Cancel it.
Cancel the tow truck. It's no longer necessary. Thank you.
Understood. Tow truck canceled.
So she wasn't getting in the vehicle. Why did she have to get up and stretch and walk away from the vehicle before? I just lost 5 more points. You know what, developers, get your game together. You don't need to be developing another EMS game or another game until you perfect this one. Dispatch, show me 1097 with the 1023. Show me 1042. What's happening here? Scratch that. Dispatch, show me 1011 with a white 4-door SUV with a window tint issue. My god, you can't even see in the vehicle. And developers, why don't we have a operating spotlight on our cars? That's what I want to know. You know, if we have a nighttime cycle in the game, why don't we have body cam on our person either? I don't know. I just feel like
The reason I pulled you over is because you have tinted windows on your car.
What's wrong with you?
I just feel like you could go with two different. If you had body cams, you could go two different ways with the game, or you know, with all the stuff that I've mentioned, I feel like you can go two different ways with the game. You could be a corrupt cop, and you can get punished for being a corrupt cop, or you can just, and you know, or you can have a pursuit that is not registered, like I just had a moment ago. It didn't say she was fleeing. She didn't pull over. She didn't signify that she was fleeing. But yeah, I blipped her and flashed her, and she just kept going faster and faster. And I ended up having to spin her out with the pit maneuver.
ID and, if available, proof of insurance, please.
Here you go, officer.
And then when I towed her car, because she did not want to get in it. When I towed her car because she would not get in it, I lost points for towing her car because I totaled her car. I gave her a chance to get back in her car. I got back in my vehicle and she just stood up there and stretched. So I'm like, okay. That signifies to me that you don't want to get in your car.
I'm issuing you a ticket for driving with tinted windows. That will be up to $250.
My lawyer will take care of it.
Sure, she will. He will, sir. You have no valid insurance, do you?
I have to issue you a ticket because
I don't know. I guess all I'm saying about this game is that you should work on what you have before you.
That's so much money.
Sir, step out the
Please
vehicle.
Step out of the vehicle and walk to the sidewalk.
There is no. And I wish police officers would. If you're on the highway, you can have a sidewalk, but if they're gonna have a sidewalk, they should.
All right, I'm just collecting a sample. to
But
check
you know,
if you had any
they should
alcohol
say
on
walk
board.
on the sidewalk. If they're not gonna have a sidewalk, don't say, hey, get on the sidewalk. Go on the side. They should say get on the side
Please
of the
allow me to
highway.
collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any drugs.
Shit. Okay. So he's going to jail and he's going to be my last arrestee for the night. I knew you were driving erratically. You're going to jail for amphetamines.
I have to handcuff you.
So many citations? I didn't know that all those actions were illegal.
Sir, you are a law-abiding citizen, or you should be at least. Before you get in the car, you should know what's legal and not legal. Am I gonna find anything in the car, sir? Sir, am I gonna find anything on your person? I'm gonna find anything on you, actually.
I'll escort you to the police precinct now.
Sir, stay right here. And okay, so when you another thing I was watching their new game that they're developing, and I'm a fan of like law enforcement and police officers and all like emergency services of any kind. I will play any of those games. But the one thing I saw on their page when I saw a video, great job, sir. You have a cucumber. It's the same thing that they made a mistake about this game. Is that when you turn on your lights and sirens, everybody runs out in the middle of the road like they panic. and that game is actually timed. Like, you have a timer to get to the call, you have a timer to get the person to the hospital. With it, like the longer you take, there's not two separate timers, it's all one timer. The longer you take to get to the scene is the timer that you have to take away from treating the patient. And yes, I do like something about like I do like the game that option about the game that they didn't put in this game is that you have potentially naked people that you need to take care of or cut off their clothes, because it is an EMS game, and they do have a filter where you can when you take off their clothes, you can take off their full clothes, or you could take off just their just their overall clothes. That's gonna be an option. I do like that because as a first responder, you have, I guess you have the disadvantage of seeing somebody at their worst, you know. But I see the developers of this game making a new game, and I see the same mistakes they're making with this game. They made it with this game. They're starting to make it with a new one. I don't know. Anyways, for all my viewers, if there's any, I'm gonna check, because I'm not even gonna look at it, honestly, I'm just ranting. The game is going to be called a day in the life of a paramedic. It's gonna be this game, but in a EMS setting. And it does not look like I have any viewers right now. Sir, do you mind telling me what you do with that cucumber? Sorry. I find it strange that everybody that we search, we sometimes find a cucumber. I'm like, you nasty little people. I mean, a 7-year-old might not be able to get the reference of a cucumber, but a 13 and above year old might be able to get the reference of that. Honestly, even a 12-year-old can get a reference of that.
I'll escort you to the police.
Dispatch, show me 1-10-23.
Mind your head. I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
And if you go back to my beginning of this video, you'll see where I started this video, and the transport van actually landed on top of me. Like I had the arrestee where I was standing, and I called and it crushed me and the arrestee, and the van is still gone. I could literally drive by there again right now, and they'll still dispatch show me 10-23 with the arrestee to the police. Yeah, I'm not taking any more calls. Why do people feel the need to break down on the side of the highway right beside somebody else?
go to the cell.
Oh, so you know.
Please stay calm and cooperate.
This is one of my favorite cars. Right here. I don't know if any of y'all seen. I don't know if any of y'all, in my future viewers or current viewers, have seen the Andy Griffin cars, a police car, the Andy Griffin show. But this is what it reminds me of. Okay, I have a question for the developers, and it's burning me up inside. If the vehicle is unmarked, why are the lights going all the way around the car? It should be in the front and the back, that's it. There should not be a rotating light pattern going on right here. Don't you agree, Sino? Well, if you wanna get on my YouTube channel, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with this game, but if the lights are in the front and the back, why is there a rotating pattern all around the car of the Andrew Griffin car? Oh, I think I might just figure out my own answer to my question. You know how we were talking about earlier, like when me and you played before? We talked about why is the bigger cars that, like the Warden's car is much brighter than the bigger cars have the brighter lights? You know how we talked about? I just figured something out. The bigger cars don't have the what it's called, ram bar, so they're not being, how do I put it? Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So okay. The bigger cars don't have ram bars because they're not made for, because they're so top heavy. They're not made for pursuits. The smaller cars, however, are so light, well, lighter than and they are made for pursuits. So that's why I need my mom told me to use my brain for something. And see, here I was using it for. Well, I am using it for something much better than what she was using it for. Hers for. Ah, okay. All right, that's cool. Why is there rotating? That just bugs the pee out of me almost. I don't know. And I know I shouldn't let it, but it does. I think this one's actually supposed to be a little bit more up before I take the picture. And guys, if you see me start a video with like my friends doing this, it's because I spend this much time starting my videos, like placing the cars the way I want them. So that way if I choose to use it as a thumbnail, which I'm not going to use this as a thumbnail, but I just want to show y'all what I do in case my future viewers decide, what? How does he do that? This is what I do. But I would normally do it on a highway or a road, so I could put barriers and spike strips down to do a full assault. Like this. The animation of this police officer, he's not even holding the gun right. This is how you could tell it's a Hollywood movie. You're not supposed to hold your gun like that. You're supposed to hold. You're not supposed to cuff your gun at the bottom. You're supposed to cuff your gun around the grip so you have more control over it. How the ammo cover me? That is not the right way to. Oh, I see what it is though. Well, guys. I guess this will end the episode for now. I will start a part 3 in a couple of minutes. So the first one was part 1. I griped and complained because all y'all griped and complained on my social media. And this does not include all my friends. It included some of them. Most of them that have my number, they're under 20 years old. Those people know who I'm talking to. And that's why I typically choose friends that are older than me. Because each friends that are older than me have more wisdom and have knowledge of what to say and what not to say. Huh? Oh, you gotta go to work tonight? What do you do for a job? You work where? You cut out. So. Nice. Hey, can you send me some money? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I definitely would send you some money if I had a bank account. But the government takes care of my funds. I think that's just cool. It's cool that the bulletproof. I think that's cool that the police station reception desk is bulletproof. Let's see what all is bulletproof. I never really tested it. It's not bulletproof anymore. Shoot. So jail cells for the longest time they used to be bulletproof. But now they're not bulletproof anymore. Well, guys, that ended that episode real quick. I still thought that the jail cells were still bulletproof. Anyways, I guess I'll start part 3 later on tonight if I have time. If I'm not working on college work, because I have a lot of college work to be doing. Oh wow, that's cool. I so thought that jail cells was still bulletproof. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Man, I'm so sad that I just had. Yeah, at the same time, I'm not sad anymore either. Hey, Cena, can you send me a thing to your live stream? Shoot, come on, end this stupid broadcast.